Welcome to No Stats, what we call it, how we see it. Peach, March Madness has concluded. It's all over. UConn is the national champions. It's been a crazy run. It took us, a while, and I think it took most of the country a while. I know a few people had UConn winning it, but to see how good this team was, man, I was telling you this on our last show when we was talking about the Elite. I think was it the Elite Eight or the Final Four? It might have been the Final Four, and just how UConn looks. Man, they won every game by double digits in the tournament. They just looked like they're a team on a mission. They controlled the game in all facets. They did everything really well. And I think it's well deserving, man. But I'm gonna let you give your recap and what you thought of the tournament as a whole and of this UConn team and of San Diego State as well. Because hats off to them.
Well, the tournament as a whole. Let me just give y'all just a little representation of our bracket. Complete garbage. I don't think I ever had a worse bracket in all my bracket lives.
Bro, I bet you everybody bracket, bro. The Final Four was 5, 9, 5, and 4 seeds.
You know what I can't believe? It was 7,000 people in the world that had a San Diego State UConn finals.
Yeah,
7,000.
3,000 of them. 3,000 of them was San Diego State alumni.
Yo, man.
It had to be, bro. Because that's crazy. That's wild.
That is crazy, man. But
that's wild.
I can say this was one of the best tournaments that we had in a while, as far as suspense. As far as keeping us on our toes. I mean, to have a non-1, 2, or 3 seed nowhere near the Final Four or not in the Final Four at all it's just crazy, and it just goes a credit to the growth of our game overall. Hats off to San Diego State. Phenomenal run. Great team. Ran into UConn was a little too much for them, and you could tell early they was a little rattled. They was stuck on 12 points for 7-8 minutes of the game. But man, this UConn team, I'm gonna say that I was surprised because I didn't catch much of UConn this year. But as the tournament started building up, and you had hit me with the facts of they beat every team by 13 plus, which is crazy.
Wow.
Blew Gonzaga out of the water.
Miami
beat a hungry and scrappy Miami team. And then just won this game, cruised. I think they was down 3-2. That was the only time they was down this whole game. 3-2, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. After that Gonzaga game, I thought, because I had UCLA, and I think when we did our bracket, we had that. We had UCLA beating UConn, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I was big on UCLA, but Gonzaga was it was tough because Gonzaga was playing well too, right? They had just beat St. Mary's in the conference championship by 40. And then they came into the tournament and they were rolling into the tournament. So then when they beat UCLA, I'm like, okay, this Gonzaga UConn game is going to be a tough one. UConn said, no, I don't care what you just did. You got to play us. They look calm. They spanked them boys. And then Miami coming off of beating Houston. The momentum's high. If we beat Houston, we can beat UConn. This is a team that a lot of people had, winning the tournament or going to the Final Four. And Miami, we're a different beast. And I'm just like, bro, that's why, you asked me about who I liked, and I said UConn by double digits, bro. Hats off to San Diego State, right? They played a really well tournament. But you can just tell, man, UConn just had it going the whole tournament.
They give me they have an NBA type of style to them.
They do. They have everything, bro. They shoot the three well. They play fast break points, bro. They guard the three. They play inside out.
The transition.
Dan Hurley had them boys
for
balling.
Three. And shout out to Dan Hurley too, because what was he at before this? Xavier, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he was at Xavier.
And he had Xavier playing well for his years that he was there. So I just now peeped because my man's that I played with in Du Bois my second pro season, he went to St. Benedict's with like Tristan Thompson in Jersey, and Hurley was the coach there at the time. So
shit.
I've always been like a big fan of Hurley. I just didn't know that he was coaching UConn at the time. So when I just see him on the TV, I'm like, no wonder why them boys is playing like that, man. Bro. Shout out to Dan Hurley, man.
UConn, man, and to be honest, UConn was off to and I think we spoke about this as well. They were off to a phenomenal start to start the season, right? The regular season for college basketball, and they hit a road bump in the middle of the season, right after they were, I want to say 14-0. They were the number one team in the country, and I think they lost about 2 of their next 4, or 2 of their next 3, or 3 of their next 4, and they just started looking like a regular team and started slipping down the power rankings. In that top 25, and they just started looking regular, right? Not regular. I don't want to say regular, like out of the top 25. They were still a really good team, but there were teams that were surpassing them. UCLA looked really good. Alabama, of course. Houston, of course. Even though I always have my doubts. I always have my doubts about those teams in the weaker conferences. UConn being in the Big East helps because they had to play Marquette and Creighton and Villanova and all of those boys. But I just thought UConn maybe hit their peak early in the season. I said this to you on one of our shows, bro. I said, go into the tournament, there's teams trending up and there's teams trending down. You want to ride the teams trending up with that momentum going into the tournament. UConn was playing well, but I didn't think they were a team trending up. But they
were locked in.
They made me look like a fool.
And back to the play style, like, it's just like, they're coming down, bro's tossing it behind his back, shooters pulling up in transition, their feet in the bigs, like, it's just like, when you're playing with that type of confidence and you have that type of momentum, it just flows. Like, I'm not going to say, like, because, we all can't see the future, but you could just tell within the first, like, 5-6 minutes of the game, like, damn, like, yeah, UConn's going to run away with this one. And you can obviously see what they won by 17 tonight. Like,
17, bro. 17, bro. I knew this was going to be a blowout, bro. UConn was the better team. I thought UConn's chance of losing would be the Gonzaga. Once they beat Gonzaga, bro, I just thought that. And when we did our Final Four predictions leading up to the national championship, I didn't think there was a team beating UConn, man. They just all aspects of the game they were controlling, and I didn't see a team that could be better than them in one aspect. Bro, that was tough, bro. Like, after they beat Gonzaga, I said Miami or whoever, FAU or San Diego State, is not going to be better than them down low. They're not going to shoot the three better than them. They're not going to be better than them defensively. They're not going to be better than them in transition ball. And I don't think they're going to outcoach Dan Hurley. So, at that point, it's just UConn.
They had all the tools, man.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it's weird stats, man. Like, I love weird stats. Every time they've won every championship in, I think Houston. Was the championship just in Houston?
It was in Houston. Yeah,
every NCAA tournament that they've won, it's been in Houston, bro. Like
far away from UConn.
Bro, and hats off to them, man. Like you said, from top to bottom, all the way up to the coach. This is a well-oiled machine. I don't know if they have guys coming back, if anybody's going to go to the league, but if they could bring this squad back, at least more than half of these pieces, bro.
I was just thinking that.
Now with them winning the championship, you're going to get, transfer portal guys that's going to want to go there. You could get some up-and-coming recruits that want to go there. Even if you're getting 4 stars, guys that could come in and play a role. This team, they could be on the lookout for another year. You know what I mean?
They're favorited to win, and I was looking this up just now. They're favorited to win next year, the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship 2024. They're favored. The top 5 is UConn, Duke, Arizona, Alabama, and Kentucky. That's the top 5. Purdue falls in at 6th. So Vegas thinks they can repeat. A little bit of early prediction. I think Duke next year, man. I think they had a lot of young players this year, and they played well. I know they went down, Well, you had them riding high this year. But I think this was a year of grooming. This is John Shire grooming as a coach. I think a lot of those young players grooming as players that they will come back next year. I think they have a lot of – we was watching the McDonald's All-Star game. They had the winner of the dunk contest, the winner of the three-point shootout. They're going to have some young guys coming in that'll fit that mold, and I think Duke could be a problem next year. But, yeah, UConn will definitely be a
it's going to be the year of the blue, but I'm going with the opposite blue. I think Kentucky is going to make a nice run. You know, Kentucky has those – they've been like this, but they always get that 1 year where it's like,
okay. They get those players.